my three, well, Lord, my three regular God, doves came out in the field, were just minding their own business and just feeding along. A little spike buck come out of the woods there in the field, and man, he's got everything tore up. Deer running around every which and where. Oh my. Look up on the hill, there's a good buck. There's an 8-pointer up. I think it's 8-pointer up there. I think it's the same. I think it's a good 8. Good 8-pointer. I think it's the same one that, I think it's the good 8-pointer that I saw yesterday, I believe. Where are you, boy? Let's see. Stand up here. Oh yeah. Boy, he's a pretty thing. He's a pretty rascal. Oh my, 1, 2, 3. We're pretty standing there like a statue. I forgot a little attachment that I attached that camera to a tripod, so it's over at the house, so I can't do a whole lot of filming of anything because I can't swap my, golly, you pretty rascal. Boy, he's got nice heavy horns. Yeah, Mr. Betsy, I heard take that buck, but I ain't going to. But boy, he is pretty. He is. Now, he's not the one that, he may have got the, well, between the two bucks, the little spike and that 8 up there. There's some activity going. And you know the interesting thing about it, there has been nothing in the fields. Been nothing out here in these fields. It's cold. There's been nothing out here in these fields till the solar period come on. Solar period just came out. Just a few minutes into the solar period, and all kinds of activities started. I mean, the fields were absolutely empty from daylight until just now. The solar period, actually, it's about to start. It's about ready to start. So when the major solar period comes along in the morning, activity picks up. It's as simple as that. Oh my. Actually, like I said, it's just before the solar period actually starts. It's still just a few minutes. So, and the activity started just a few minutes before the solar period gets started. So let's see what happens when it does get cranked up. Because it's been dead for, oh Lordy, since daylight, and it's what time is it anyway? It's been daylight for an hour, about an hour and a half. It's been daylight and nothing. Time for solar period. Boom, here comes the activity. Just about the time the solar period is supposed to kick in. So, 2 bucks and several does. Huh. Man, live, I heard that buck is nice. He's a pretty nice buck. Almost as good as the one I got the other day. He sat in this spot and scope. Look at him. Boy, he looks. I mean, you think, man, you're crazy passing a buck like that up, but I've got one in the cooler, aging. hold out for the better one. But yeah, you're holding out. That right there is a buck that most anybody would be glad to take. Boy, he is beautiful. He is a beautiful thing. I wish that I had a camera good enough to zoom in on him like that. One of these days I'm going to have to get me a better camera. I'm going to have to get me a better camera one of these days. I'm not, I mean, that one's okay, but I need a better one. It's just a thing just sitting there, just that little thing I got it propped up on, that camera propped up on, don't do worth a flip. Where'd you go? I mean, it's nice just to sit here and watch a buck like that. Man, the rut's full in, that neck is all swelled out. His scent glands are black, neck all swollen, nice big heavy chest on him. Good weight to his horns, good width, good length. Oh. The only thing about him, his tine length is just less. A little less than the one I took. Matter of fact, quite a bit less than the one I took. That lack of tine length is probably the main reason I'm not taking him. Boy, he's pretty. He's also a mature buck. I mean, he's mature. He's at least 4.5 years old. Gracious. We'll see. It might be hard to find a better buck than him the rest of this season. I'm going to wait and see. Doing something a little different this season. Normally I take 2 bucks a year, 2 good bucks. I've got me a decent buck. This year I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out to try to get a better one and just see what happens, you know. But I'm actually going to try to get a couple of 3 does this year. I've only shot 3 does in my life that I know of. I think just 3. I think that's all in my entire life. I think that's all I've shot. 3 white-tailed does and 3 years ago 3 mule deer does. That's it. That's all I've ever shot. This year, I'm going to be looking for the meat. I did not save for beef. I did not have a beef process this year, so we're going to be might be a little bit short on burger and things like that. So in the meat department, we might be a little bit short before beef one next fall. So might just have to put a few does, good tender does in the freezer, because I didn't put that beef. Gosh, hey boy, that buck is pretty. I mean, he's beautiful. Mm-mm. He's not quite as mature, as old as that other buck. I don't know, it's good close. He's a mature buck. Probably both 4.5. This, like I've said many times, generally bucks don't live here, you know. And when you got to be ready. If you see a buck come out here in these open fields, usually he's only going to give you a matter of seconds. If he gives you a minute, that's a long time. Usually a matter of seconds. So this little spike could come out and chased my 3 regulars off, 3 regular does off. He hits without maybe a minute. But this nice buck that's up on top of the hill, this nice 8, this makes 4 or 5 times that I've seen him. Boy, he's unusual. He stays out here in these fields. He stays up there. He's been out there feeding for probably 30 minutes now. Yesterday morning he was out for 45 minutes. He's been out there a good 30 minutes right now. And he's been joined by a little little button buck. So there's a little button buck up there. It takes a good size, a good spot and scope to even see what he is, but he's a button buck with a nice mature buck. Must be out with your granddaddy or something. But it's unusual for a buck to give you that kind of time. I think he's trying to talk me into shooting because it stays there. I probably are, like I said, I probably ought to just go ahead and shoot that rascal, but I reckon not. But he and that little button buck are buddied up, I reckon. Goodness gracious. All right, there's the 2 bucks. The little button bucks in front are on the left, and a decent 8 is on the right there. I mean, I don't know how much you can be able to tell in that camera, don't I? Yeah. We should have a little bit better camera than this. But anyway, I don't know what you can tell in here, but through spot and scope, he's a pretty thing. He is doing his best to talk me into shooting him. Stayed out here in these fields forever. A button buck and a good 8. I'm sitting here drinking coffee. Oh my. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. We got a lot to be thankful for. The whole family was out to farm yesterday. Of course, we all enjoy that. Diane and I really enjoy having the family out. Since she's the matriarch and I'm the patriarch of this family, we're the oldest members of the family. And of course, we enjoy having everybody out. We had a good time. But everybody was not that fortunate yesterday. Today is Good Friday. Good Friday. Black Friday. Today is Black Friday. Everybody's not as fortunate as some are more fortunate than others. Put it that way. Well, today is Black Friday. And it's Black Friday in more ways than one. Anybody if you've kept up with any of the videos or channel at all, you're familiar with the story of my buddy Gary. Well, Gary is the guy that even though Gary's 10 years younger than I am, of all my hunting buddies that I've got, Gary and I have hunted together the longest. And we had worked Gary's paralyzed for a little short, bring you up to snuff on it. Gary had been paralyzed. He's had a It's kind of a weird disease that left him paralyzed. He's been hadn't been able to hunt for 12 years. And then this year, several of us old hunting buddies got together and we said, wait a minute, this can't be insurmountable. So we got together and put forth a heck of an effort, all of us, all his buddies, and including Gary himself, put forth a real effort, and we got everything worked out. I mean, paralyzed or nothing, it just seemed like an impossibility, but we got every problem worked out. So not only could he go, we could get him out there, figured out how he could get him to fire a gun and everything else. And then 2 weeks before the season was to open, Gary gets really sick. It has nothing to do with being paralyzed. He got really sick. Taken to the hospital, and they've tried to run every kind of test and everything else. And he had a couple of things that was wrong with him, and anyway, they admitted him to ICU. He'd been in ICU for a while. And been sedated, and they've tried treatments and all kinds of stuff. And he's not responding. He's not responding to anything. Not responding to anything at all. And they can't get him to wake up. Can't get him to wake up. He's not responding to anything. So his family all got together, and he's been on a ventilator. And the family all got together and decided to take him off the ventilator. Of course, that's as per his wishes anyway, you know that. But so today, Black Friday, they're taking Gary off the ventilator. And like I say, Gary's one of my very best friends. His wife is one of my wife's very best friends. We're thicker than fleas. I mean, so we're here at the, or Diane's over at the house. I'm sitting out here at the Quigley going through the motions of deer hunting, I reckon. I mean, I look around at the field. I've seen some deer and what have you. I'm kind of going through the motions hunt, but can't really say my mind or my heart, either one's really in it, because your heart and your mind's in that ICU unit. And like the doctor said, if they take him off that ventilator, he could go in a matter of minutes, or it could linger for a day or two. Who knows? I don't know. But 4 years ago, Diane and I had to make the decision concerning our son, our Down syndrome son, who was the ventilator was the only thing really keeping him alive. So we had to make the decision 4 years ago. And when we took him off the ventilator, he was gone in a few minutes. So our heart's with his family, with Gary's family. And Gary, of course. What they're going through right now, about everybody and every family has to go through and does go through it, but it don't make it any easier for anybody. So anyway, the sowing period's winding down. The deer have all left the fields. I think I'm going to go to the house and me and Diane kind of just sit around and talk a bit, maybe. Waiting to hear about Gary. But you know, the song "Don't Let the Old Man In," there's a line in it that says, try to stay close to try to love on your wife. and stay close to your friends. So, good advice. Stay close to your friends, because I couldn't count all the friends we've lost. A bunch of them. But anyway, I think I'm going to close up quickly. Go to the house for a while. May come back for this afternoon, late this afternoon hunt, or depending on what we hear or don't hear about Gary. But right now, I'm just going to give up the hunt a while and go to the house. Well, I'm back out quickly for last hour or so of shooting light. We still hadn't got any word on Buddy Gary. Tomorrow is the first day of a 7-day doe season in this county. And this was the day, these next 7 days are the days that we were really counting on getting our buddy Gary out to get him a deer. He wasn't interested in the horns or anything like that so much. He was wanting to make the meat. So Jerry and I fooled around all summer, and Gary himself working out with physical therapists and everything. We were, tomorrow's the day it's going to start. Tomorrow, the next 7 days will be the days that would have given Gary his absolute best chance at getting deer, a handicapped buddy. So tomorrow, Jerry and I are going to go anyway. This is the day we were planning on. We were planning on going and taking Gary. But we're going to go anyway. In memory or in honor or in respect for, any way you want to put it, our friend Gary. In spite of all the work that we've done, that he did and everything else, he's not going to be able to go. He's still in ICU. As far as we know, they've removed him from the ventilator. His whole family's there with him. His wife, his brother, his sister, his children, his grandchildren. Gary's a great guy, and the whole family's gathered there with him. We don't want to intrude on that. And so we're just still sitting here waiting to hear something. And I'm just going to continue to look, watch the fields. The deer just stepped out on the top of the hill up there. I can't tell if it's a doe or a young buck. Built more like a buck, but I don't see horns. I think it's oh yeah. Yeah, it's a buck. It's a buck. Probably something like 6-point. Get out the spot scope. Take a look at it. Yeah, that's the first deer I've seen late this afternoon. We'll stay here to end the shooting light. See what happens. Well, these three, that's my regulars. That's Mom, Whitey, baby sister. We're up on top of the hill, up on the very top of the hill. And then all of a sudden, they took off running. I mean, they ran from the top of the hill up here, down to where they're at right now. It's because of this rascal. It's a spike with about, oh wait a minute, there's two up there. Let me check into this. There's 2 bucks up there. That's actually, the 8-pointer's spike and this pretty good buck. They both come out. They run these 3 does and they're right down here at the Quickly now. They're right in front of me. That little spike right there. And that good buck off to his right. Right there. He's ran all these. They're on top of the hill up there. They ran these 3 right here. Right down in front of the Quickly. Three does here. 2 bucks right there on top of the hill. These three does can't quite make up their mind where they want to go. They were headed right toward the house. One of them crossed the fence, still headed that way. I don't know if they went up and went through the gap or going to jump the fence. They can walk right through an open gap. But most of the time they will jump the fence. They take the hard way out. Baby, on the other hand, baby sister down there, she can't quite jump the fence. She figured out how to get it done, though. Well, that was quite interesting. My 3 regulars, that's Whitey, baby sister, and Mom, came out in the food plot up here. And all of a sudden, Mom and baby sister took off like a rocket. So Whitey stood her ground. And she started blowing. And I don't believe I've ever seen a deer stand in one spot and blow for as long as she did. And then instead of running, she started going toward where she was looking. And then turns out, best I could tell what it was a big bobcat that came down through there, and she dogged that thing. I mean, it's getting dark, as you can see. I mean, it was binoculars on her. I mean, I could see the critter moving, and it looked like a bobcat, but it looked like a good-sized bobcat. But could I positively identify, say it was a bobcat? No, but I'm 99% sure that's what it was. But she dogged that thing until I just plain lost sight of it. She followed along just a blowing and a carrying on. She stayed just maybe 15, 20 yards behind it. It was just a floating along there, you know. She went along behind it, stomping and blowing and carrying on. I've never seen that before. Anyway, close up the Quickly. get ready to go up country and meet Jerry in the morning for that hunt.